Yo fam, good to see you all again. This is my first appearance on this channel this year, so I'm so pleased to say Happy New Year, 900 subscribers. Whoa. I still want to apologize for my 2 months of absence, but I seriously had engagement at work, and although I'm still occupied, but it won't stop me from making videos for you all amazing subscribers. So after a careful study on my channel, I decided I should run some tests which will commence from this video. So this is the concept. I'll be making 5 videos each from different fields of IT or ICT, whatever you may call it, which is either graphics, that's including UI UX, and let's say coding, including the front end and back end, and covering other aspects, let's say Laravel coding, JavaScript coding, and using some other frameworks. So I am actually running these tests across different fields of ICT, and this is to make sure that I'm making the right videos for the right people. So what I'll be doing is to be monitoring the engagement of those videos. So the field with the highest engagement will be our focus for this year. For example, if UI UX design or flyer designs or coding will be the video or will be the field with the highest engagement or the most watched video, we'll take that field and maintain it as our focus for this year. So in lieu of that, I'll be completing my unfinished series of last year, because I want to start with the coding, which is the dictionary web app project we were working on last year. And I decided to pick that first because I got very encouraging comments from people, requesting me to complete it. So without any further ado, let's start this year properly. So we're going to commence the video right away. Okay, so now let's see how we can make this look more attractive. So let's use our model now to display all this information. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to Ctrl Z and okay. Now let's start passing informations we get from here. I'm just going to drag this over here because I'm needing this. And let's start getting information from here. And let's start passing it into our model directly. So what I want to do is, instead of just echoing the phonetic, I'm just going to echo and a tag, h3 tag. Yes, this is the tag h3. All right, so let's close it to h3. All right, and let's just pass in the phonetic directly there. Okay, so instead of saying phonetic, let's say phonetic. Let's type phonetic, or phonetics, or phonetic inscription. Let's do that way. Inscription. Don't mind me, I can't type because I'm not seeing my keyboard clearly. So let's say phonetic inscription. Then it's going to pass whatever we get phonetic, right, directly into here. All right. So you know what? Let's use a h2 tag, which is going to be more, bigger. And now let's also come over here to do the same thing, and let's echo a tag like this, and let's echo a h3 tag, or an h3 tag instead. Okay, h3. All right. Okay, so now let's say part of speech. What am I doing? Part of speech. All right, part of speech. Okay, nice. And let's just pass in this parameter inside, or this variable inside part of speech. Okay, and let's delete this. We don't need that. And let's Ctrl S this. That's Ctrl save. And now, how do we display this? Now, because if you come over here and let's refresh, let's see what's going to happen. Even if I type diction and let's see, make a search. All right, our model is going to show, right, with what we just did here, passing the input, this direct input directly into that same model. But we are not getting other information, and it's so sad. You can see we're not getting the other information. How do we get the other information? How is that possible? All right, let's come over to our index.php. And this is the model body, right? So let's give it an ID. Let's give it an ID, and let's say ID of what should I give it an ID as? Let's give it an ID of contents. Okay, so this is going to return the content of whatever we're going to be passing through here. And now let's grab this ID, Ctrl C, and you know what, you can leave this if you want, since it's going to still override it at the end of the day. So Ctrl C, let's grab the content and come over to the dictionary. All right, so just like what we did directly here, passing the search into this HTML property here, directly. So that's the same thing we're going to do, exactly the same thing. But this time, what we're going to be doing is to be passing the response, whatever response we get. Remember, we used to alert it before getting the modal. So instead of alerting the response, what we're going to be doing is to pass this response directly into an HTML, into the HTML property of this, right? That's this body, right? We're going to be passing the content directly into this, whatever content or whatever response we get, we're just going to pass it into this content field here, like this. That's directly into this modal body. All right. So what I'm going to just do here, I'm just going to, copy this, and you know what? Let me not just copy it. Let me just say this, and let me pass in that ID, which is content. Remember, it's the ID we get from here, right? What we assign this. We're just going to come over here and this and say, okay, instead of passing in a search, now let's pass in this response. You can see we have a response that we have not used. So this response now is going to be coming from all this echo. So whatever we echo directly is going to pass in into here and it's going to display for us. So I'm just going to pass response and Control S, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to refresh and let's try that. And now when I type diction, let's see what's going to happen. Diction, let's see if we're right. Okay, so I'm seeing diction. Okay, I think okay, look at where it's showing. It's showing here in the modal body, which is totally wrong. And let's see what we did very wrong. And let's see. I'm going to come over here and index.php. So guys, this is really funny right now. I can't believe we all made that mistake together. Now, if you notice, we already have an ID called content here. Now, we also gave another ID called content over here. So what do you think is going to happen when we, from here, from our dictionary, we just directly call content and pass in a response directly into the HTML tag? What do you think is going to happen? It's going to come over to the index page, search for anything content, and the first word it see, it's going to pass in that HTML property we just got. That's our response, and it's going to override it, and whatever is going to be inside here now doesn't matter again. So what it's going to be, it's going to pass in the response directly inside this section because we called it content. Can see. So that's why it's very important when you're naming variables, naming ID classes. Always pick a unique name, a div has not used or something. Just pick something unique that has not been used in your project. And thank God we got this error together, because this is very important. It's a very important aspect of programming. When programming, we like to use and reuse names and like that, and it's not good. So you can see this is exactly what will happen. You can see this is so ridiculous right now. All right, so what I'm going to do, instead of saying content, I'm just going to say definition content, right? Definition content. Let's just save ourselves this embarrassment and Control C. I'm going to come over here and now actually the dictionary.js, and instead of saying content, now we're going to be saying dictionary content, and I'm going to save this up, right? I'm going to come over to this, my browser, refresh, and let's try it again. So I'm going to say diction still and make a search, and let's see what's going to happen this time. Okay, so that stuff is gone, but our data is not showing. So let's see what could be wrong. So that's because I have not saved this. Let me save this up now, and this is it now. So you can see, don't forget to save. All right, I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. All right, so I'm just, instead of this, let me just refresh. I'm going to refresh, and I'm just going to type in diction again, and let's see what's going to happen. Nice. So all right, guys, this is it, and we are getting somewhere. So I think this is too big. So let's just reduce this size, and let's come over here. So in our process.php, remember we set this to h2, right? So I believe a simple h3 and a simple h4, just like this, h4. Nice. And let's refresh, Control R. Okay, and let's say diction. You know what, we should try another word this time. Perfect. This is perfect. I like this. Instead of h2 and h3, let's use that. And let's say dynamics. I don't know why I'm out of words. All right, let's say dynamics, and now this is the phonetic inscription dynamic, right? And this is the part of speech. So now what happens when I type in a word that doesn't have phonetic inscription? Now let's see what's going to happen. It's going to say undefined array key phonetic in, because why? it doesn't have a phonetic inscription, and you can see. And what if we pass in a word that don't have a part of speech? All right, so we are going to be talking about error handling in future series, but for now, let's just proceed what we're doing. Then when we get to that series, we'll cover how to avoid errors like this, even errors we get when our internet is not connected and whatsoever, and a lot of stuff we'll be covering. So guys, I'm going to end this tutorial here. We have had a lot of amazing time together. So guys, don't forget to join me in my next series as we dig deep into this and conclude the whole series. Thank you guys for watching, and I love you all. Bye.